Hello and welcome to the RPG Academy Twitch channel and YouTube channel. My name is Michael, and I'm back with some more Michael Plays the Classics. Hopefully, you can hear me. Some key, can you hear me? I don't know what happened, but for some reason, my intro music thing that I was playing isn't working. So I don't know what's going on as usual, but I'll try to fix it before next time. My schedule is crazy, as you know. The plan was to do this 3 days a week. I think I've now done it once in like 10 days. Uh, Kids just have a lot going on this summer, so I'm not really able to schedule things the way I would like. But we're going to start Shining Force today, and I want to do my best to play it pretty regularly. This is a game I have played through at least twice, but it has been a very long time since I've done that, so I don't really remember a whole lot of details. There's a pretty lengthy starting scene, so today there's going to be a lot of just dialogue stuff, but I'm going to try to get through at least the first battle before we call it. So let's jump into the game and see what happens. So we are going to start a new game. And what should you call me? I'm going to go with my traditional name that I can use if it's an option. So anybody who has followed me like on Twitter or through the podcast for years probably knows that I've said I've wanted to be a writer. I have written a first novel that apparently is terrible because I can't get anyone to read it. But the main name of the main character is Kale, and so that's why I always use that name. So I think the only thing we really need to know, because there's a pretty lengthy intro even before this, where it goes through, there's the dark dragon that was defeated 1,000 years ago, but the dark dragon said, you know what, I'm going to come back in 1,000 years. It's been 1,000 years, and the land of Runefast is having problems, and Simone here thinks that dark dragon might be behind it. All right, so I'm main character Kale here, the dude with the blue cape and the green headband, and this is my martial instructor, who is a centaur. There's a lot of centaur action in this game. Here's my good friend, what is his name? I want to say it's like Gorp or something. I don't think that's right. All right, so at this point, I kind of have freedom to walk around and talk to people. I don't think there's a whole lot of information to be gained, but sure, I've had nightmares. Go through the door, talk to this old dude. What are you doing moping around? Get out and fight some evil. Fair enough. Marinara? Oh no, Marinara. Manarina? Sure. So of course I arrived just at the end of the story. We have no choice but to send Kale, a young fighter. Delicious. Marinara. First, listen to the king. Okay, listen to the king. For centuries, our people have watched the gate of the ancients as his guardians. Beyond that gate lies we know not what, not even if it is the light or the darkness. But the ancients knew, and they sealed it beyond the gate and set us as guards. And now we find that we may have failed in our mission. Well, that stinks. Our reason for existence. Signs have been seen that the forces of Runefast are at the gates of the ancients. Whatever they are planning, we must stop it at once, but we must not panic. Of course, a small but young, skilled group of warriors. Yeah, Nova. Oh, Nova, interesting name. Yes, I will take the task. All right, so now I need to go gather my troops. And I'm sure this will be a very lengthy process. It takes a long time to find all the people that want to. Oh, wait, here they are. Luke the warrior, Ken the knight, Tal the apprentice mage, and Hans the elven archer. And then we get low. Okay. So I do remember this is funny. So like it tells you to go find your party, and then it immediately just gives everyone to you. But I also remember that there is an old warrior dude. I think somewhere up here. This guy. That's Gort. That's who it is. Yeah, I'll hear a story. Yes. So we can't get Gort to join our crew yet, but he will join later if we want him to. All right, so now we'll return back to the castle. All right, now I got some money. I actually don't really remember. Item. Okay, so I do have weapons already. Okay, that's good. But I think there I can get some supplies. Oops. Wow. All right, so everybody has at least one medical herb. Yeah, definitely. You start off the bat, and I don't remember what the maximum. There is a point in the game where you get more companions than you can travel with, and so you have sort of a selection option of who you take with you on individual missions. So this cart takes me over here to the Gate of the Ancients. And then we start off, this is our first battle. All right, that didn't take that long. So the way the game works is it's sort of this tactical grid-based game where each monster and each team member have a movement rate that lets you move so far. And this is indicated by a different color square. So you can travel within. Apparently that doesn't stop until I hit a button. I didn't realize that. And so there's some sort of tactical choices between who you move and when you move them and where you move them. So you can see that sort of glowy black and white effect there. That's the limit of how far I can move this guy. So anywhere that is shaded, he can move to. But you have to be very careful. If you get somebody too far away from the group, then they can get swarmed by bad guys, get surrounded, and get taken out very quickly. So a lot of times in this game, you sort of move by inches rather than by feet. And then certainly you want your more warrior types in the front. Hans, again, as he said in his introduction, he's the archer. We don't want him on the front lines. You also have ranges for like your attacks. Some people can only attack right around them. Other people can attack like 2 out. Some can attack further if they have spells or bow, that kind of thing. So like if I were to put Kale here, then he probably would get swarmed. And I don't want that to happen because they will target him over some of the other people. Hey, welcome TipsyLar85. Thanks for joining today. Appreciate having you a little bit. Definitely some centaur action here. And this is something I don't quite understand is like, it's not like it's always the same exact order of who goes. I don't know if it's a random element, I don't understand, but like I moved Tao almost last and now she's getting to go again, which seems weird. And I'd love to come up here and drop a fire spell, but I don't think it would take out either one of those goblins and then she would probably get slaughtered. So again, a lot of movement by inches here. All right, so you can see that with Hans, he has a radius that's 1 space out. So he cannot attack from there. And I think if I move here, he can't attack either. So I'm going to put him here for now. Low is my cleric who's my healer. So I don't want him to get in trouble. All right, so now, again, if I move him up, and attack, he's very likely going to get swarmed. So once again, I'm going to be overly conservative. And this will be my first actual attack. So then we get these animatic scenes, which are kind of like Final Fantasy, but these are a little bit more in depth, you know, where you actually have a little bit of movement in the scenery. Now, you get experience for every time you defeat someone or damage them, but you get the most experience for actually taking them out. So one of the strategies is to have some of your characters like wound the bad guys, but then have your main heroes or the ones you're trying to level, want protected, to come in and deal the finishing blow. I'm a big fan of the magic user. Not surprising. If anybody, you know me, I love magic. In D&D and other RPGs, wizard is like my go-to class. So I want to try to get my wizard leveled up because then their spells get much more powerful. So far this is going well. Let's see how long that lasts. Ooh, yep, right off the bat. This might not be good. Whew. Yep, and she's so exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Now Tao's dead. Crap. Oh, come on, Hans. And that's how Low gets most of his experience, is just by casting healing magic on everybody. And at higher levels, he'll get the ability to hit like multiple people in a healing spell. And that's pretty much awesome for getting him to level up even faster. So technically, I'm running an emulator of the Sega Genesis version, but I bought a copy of the game for Xbox 360. So I don't completely understand the rules or regulations on Twitch, but my understanding is you can't stream the game unless you own it. So I do own the game in this version, even though that's not the exact same version that I'm actually streaming. Hopefully that's cool with the Twitch people. So yeah, this is the Sega Genesis collection. It has like 40 games or something. So I figured this would let me stream just about any of the Genesis games I would want to. Aha, you missed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Because I don't want to, get myself in trouble, but I also don't know exactly what I'm doing, which is pretty common for me in most things. Now, I think I mentioned this in some of my other sessions when I talked about playing this game. Is one of the ways that I would generally do this is I would actually like run away from the fight before it's actually over, so that I could then fight it again and just like grind for levels that way. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I might just try it, and then when I die, and let that be the grind part. But we shall see. All right, so we only have the rune knot left, but they are tougher from my memory. So I would like to, one, not get myself in trouble, and two, make sure I'm fully healed before I go into the battle. Because I'm pretty sure that the rune knot here can do a lot more damage in a single hit than I'm a little worried that Hans is going to get in trouble here, but I would like to possibly get an extra shot in. Yep, that's what I didn't want to have happen. Yep, that's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Sorry, Hans. I was hoping that someone else would get to go before the rune knight did and get a buffer up there for you, but I guess not. Oh, nice. Double attack. Yeah, I definitely should have probably done that, to be honest with you, but I didn't because I'm dumb. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to go recruit, because that is one thing I do remember from this game, that there is a monastery over here, and you can recruit an extra hero from inside there. Yes. So now Gong joins the Shining Force. I think it's like 10 per level. So since they're both level 1, it's 10. But as characters level up, they're more expensive. Okay. So now I have an extra member of my squad, and everybody's back to life, which is good. Now we have to fight through this battle. So this will probably be the last battle I do for today, because this one will actually take a while, and then there's a bit of a stopping point if I remember from there. But yeah, this is one where the difficult terrain aspect is difficult because it very much limits movement. And again, I kind of want to attack with Hans right here, but I'm afraid that they'll just swoop in and defeat him. So I'm going to have to, and then because I didn't move him, I don't have enough space to actually move that character. And oh, this is just okay. Now that if they're going away, that gives me a little bit extra space. I guess technically I could. Oh no, I can't go that way. Okay. Man. I hope this is as exciting for you watching as it is for me playing. Because I do really like this game, but this is one of the aspects that's like kind of miserable. Like if they're not going to move the troops, I wish the game would just not go to them. See, now I'm getting Luke though. Luke's a little bit kind of out there by himself, and I'm kind of worried that he's going to get surrounded. But fortunately, they didn't move. So Nice. I definitely want my wizard as high level as I can get them. Oh, come on. All right, so Hans's speed went up a little bit, which I think gives him a little bit more movement. It probably makes sense, but I do find it kind of weird that my centaur is like the one that has the least mobile. I think it's because of the terrain, but it just seems weird that the person with horse legs can't move as far as other people. Nice double shot for Hans. So basically, what I could do is I could defeat. Well, now she's done. Like all of the bad guys, but like one, and then retreat from battle. And then when you come back out, it's goes back to the same. Like all the bad guys show back up, and so you can replay the same fight over and over and over again. So I may end up doing that, but I might do it like off air, as it were, to grind a little bit between sessions, but we shall see. That makes sense. So again, I'm guessing that there is some logic to like who goes when, but it doesn't always seem to make sense to me. But it may just be like some overly complicated algorithm. Overly complicated in relation to my intelligence, not, like the world. Yeah, so I think once I get out of these woodland or these mountain areas, that my centaur will actually have a lot more movement. But right now it's weird. All right, so she really can't do anything. Oh, let me drop some healing magic here. Whoops. 10, 10. Okay. I'm not familiar with Fire Emblem. Or if I am, I don't remember it. Okay, I have to look into that at some point in time then, because yeah, I really do enjoy these types of games, which is again one of the reasons why I played them so much as a kid, and same reason why I'm kind of like revisiting them now. Um, I don't know how I've completely missed it then. I don't. Again, I was kind of sheltered um, as a kid in what I could and couldn't play and had access to and knowledge. So maybe it's just passed me by. I don't even know like how I found about Shining Force. I just did. Oh, that was silly of me. I should have hailed him. Definitely now, because he might die. Whew, close. Oh no. So Smash Brothers is another big just sort of hole in my uh, nerd cred. Never really played. My kids play Smash Brothers. So I know it a little bit, but anytime I've ever played with them, I always play the Metroid character or like Link or something. So I don't know who any of the others are. Oh, seriously? We recorded our Ravenloft review, and I kept referring to the Dark Lords as Dork Lords, which I thought was funny. Wasn't intentional, but yeah. Okay, so Ken is fully healed. Gong is not. Tao is not. Luke is not. And now Lowe's out of magic points. All right, Hans is fully healed. Kale's fully healed. Gong is now fully healed. So I kind of assumed I would bottleneck them on the bridge, but it doesn't look like they're actually going to come across. So I'll just hopefully take them out here. And then I'll cross the bridge in force and take out that last dork dwarf. This is kind of a risky move, but I'm wanting to get him leveled up. So I wanted to take the chance of getting rid of that one because I want to get him leveled. Okay, so I really like the Ravenloft book, and all three of us that did the review all gave it very very high marks. But here's the thing: I have absolutely no history with Ravenloft, so I really wasn't judging it as a Ravenloft book. I was judging it as like a horror story game book. So I don't know if people who love Ravenloft, and I've actually read some people who do love Ravenloft who didn't care for it because of some of the changes that were made. But since I had no, love or affection for the previous stuff, it didn't bother me that they made some changes. And I think it does a really good job of just teaching how to run a horror game and how to be a better DM and how to create better villains. So I actually really liked the book. I gave it very high marks. Ooh, that's not good. Huzzah! We have done it. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah, that's wrong music. Okay. I think so too. All right. So we held off Runefaust, whatever. Many home damage, but we'll keep watch here sooner or later. So now if I go back to that old scrapper fighter dude, now he's ready to join the team. So now I have another hero. Yeah, I think that's kind of why it works the way it does, is because they made some changes from what I have heard and a little bit that I've read about the previous Ravenloft books. So this is almost like a fresh start. And as that, I actually really liked it. So now I'm getting a second healing seed or a medical herb for everybody so that they'll be able to heal themselves. But, ideally low will heal everybody, but that doesn't always work out that way. Don't really remember if there's anything that I need to do other than to go back to the castle. And I think that'll basically prompt me to go to the next fight. But I might as well check while I'm here. I remember the name Mordecai being dropped, but I don't recall exactly how they relate to Ravenloft now. We did this review the way we do a lot of when there's a book that big. That's one reason why we bring on co-hosts. Experience. Yeah, I think it's 100 experience for them to level up, so he's not that far. So we kind of break it down. So like I didn't read every single domain. I just read a couple, and then I picked one that I thought would be fun to cover, and then I read that one in depth, and I covered it in the review, and then two other people, picked out their favorite. So we each had our favorite genre, we each had our favorite domain, we each had our favorite monster, and then the rest of the book we kind of covered in general. So that way we can get the review out timely, but also not force me to read 250 pages in 3 days and then not really remember it or absorb it. So I don't really recall. Mordecai must not have been in the sections I covered. I know the name from the spells and the other books, but I don't really know that character very well. That may be why I don't remember them, because I didn't buy or play Curse of Strahd. So now we get another member of the team. I don't know how many people I can have, but I think I'm getting close to it. Sweet. Fair. So this is definitely something that could be updated to be better, which would be to, like in Dragon Warrior, if one person can't carry something, it just automatically goes to the next person in line. That would definitely make this part of the game a little bit more reasonable. All right, here we go. Last treasure chest. Nice. Okay. All right, I think that's it. Let's go into the world and see what happens. All right. Well, we'll play this battle then. And this is actually going a little faster than I had thought. And then I'll definitely call it after this one. Okay. The flying creatures definitely have a lot more movement, but they're not terribly inconvenient, at least not early on. So it looks like there's several people watching right now that haven't jumped into chat. That's totally fine. Lurkers are always welcome. But in case maybe you're just checking the channel out, you don't really know who I am or what's going on, I'm just revisiting some games I've liked as a kid. I don't claim to be good at them. I don't offer any particular insight or like, cheats or, strategies. I'm just playing games I like to play as a kid. So that's kind of what you're in for. And then beyond that, I talk a lot about like movies and role playing games because those are kind of my interests, including a role playing game I'm designing that's about movies called Action 12 Cinema, which I did a playtest of last night, actually. I can talk a little bit about that. So I think I've mentioned I moved about a year and a half ago. So I'm now back in southeastern Kentucky, which is where I'm from originally. After my wife, we got married, we spent years in Ohio and Cleveland and Cincinnati. And about a year and a half ago, we moved back into not our actual hometown, but the one town up from our hometown. And we don't really know anybody. I mean, our families, which I don't talk to my family, I'm estranged for them because they're terrible people. But my wife's family, she knows them, she loves them. That's really the biggest reason why we moved back. But coronavirus hit, so we've kind of, for a lot of ways, been forced not to do a whole lot. So long story, already too long, but shorter version. My sister-in-law, my wife's sister, had kind of introduced us to this other couple. We're all fully vaccinated. They're fully vaccinated. So we had a IRL game night last night. They came over. We played some Hanabi, which is like my favorite board game ever. We played The Mind, which is a really fun kind of party game. And then we did a play test of the game that I'm working on. And they're not gamers in respect to like role-playing games, but they are sort of casual gamers. They liked Hanabi, they liked The Mind. They played like Sushi Go. I think there's another one they mentioned that they play like Telephone, Pictionary, that kind of stuff. But they're not quote unquote gamers like D&D, that kind of thing. But they both really liked the game. They had a lot of fun with it. So that actually makes me very happy that someone who isn't really a gamer was able to play it and have a lot of fun. So that actually was valuable kind of feedback, I think. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. Whew, not good. These enemies kind of came out a little more aggressive than they have done in the past. I thought I had a little bit more wiggle room there before they would all come charging down, and I'm hoping that I'm not about to get everybody killed because I spread myself out too thin. A little worried that Kale's now going to be a magnet for all these attacks, but maybe it will work out. We shall see. Boom. There we go. Level 3. 1 defense, 1 speed, 1 hit point. 5 magic points. That's good. More blaze spells, the better. So I'm going to take a chance and not take that one out. So probably a bad decision, but I'm trying to work it out so that, that Tau can actually take someone else out. Magic heal. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Because the 3 characters I'm most interested in getting leveled up right now are my wizard, my cleric, and my archer. Because I think once they're higher level, they just the support they're able to offer is so powerful that I'm hoping that she'll be able to do just 1 damage. There we go. So kind of got like a free kill out of it, so she gets the big experience points dump, even though I didn't use the magic for her. So that did kind of work out. All right, so Kale needs healed. So I try to do this where I separate those that are injured from those that are not. And then I'll move my wizard up next, or my cleric up next to them, and get them everybody healed. And I'm going to try to draw out those flying creatures, because this is really where Lo is going to get most of his experiences from healing. But once I think he gets second, third, fourth level, he isn't going to be able to heal more than one person at a time. Like his area of effect goes up. And when that happens, he becomes so much more versatile, and then he gets more experience because he can, do it more often. So it's sort of a cyclical that he can heal more, and he gets experience from healing, so it kind of works out. All right, I'm out of magic, so I'm going to use one of my medical herbs on her. Again, I'm going to try to get close enough to these flying bat creatures to draw them out, so I'm not fighting them and the rune knights at the same time. There we go. Though I didn't really want it to attack Hans. That was not part of the plan. Oh, and he fell asleep. Even better. I kind of forgot they could do that. Oh, of course. So, best laid plans of mice and men. So instead, all I've done is get myself surrounded. Or at least flanked, I should say. Fighting on two fronts. Nice. Double attack. Not so nice double attack. And also fell asleep. Boom. Fist to the bat face. Ooh, that's not good. Good thing I healed May, or she would have been a goner. She still might be, because she's kind of surrounded at the moment. Don't think he can do anything there. Oh no, he missed. That's not good. Oh, nice. That's helpful. Luke's sort of my tank in the situation here. Nice. Gale keeps falling asleep. Same thing happened to me when I was playing Dragon Warrior all that time ago. All right, let's see if we can take this thing out before it goes again. Boom, there we go. Nice moving on. Oh, that's not good. You went up to level 2 after attacking for 6. That's awesome. So low magic points, but he didn't get his spell didn't increase, which I didn't really think it would there anyways. I think it's level 3 when he gets the upgrade. Nice. Attack level by 1, speed by 1, and 2 more magic points. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Blaze now became level 2. Of course, doesn't have any magic points right now, so it doesn't really do anything. But for future battles, all right, let's put you here then. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's like literally exactly the wrong thing to do, because now I'm going to die, and this battle is lost. That's the one character that can't die. Otherwise, the whole battle loses. Okay. All right. Well, Don't think anybody but me was dead, so save. All right, well, I guess that's what we'll call it. So I didn't get through the battle, but it will provide me an opportunity to go back and do some grinding maybe between games. I'm not sure yet. My schedule is really wonky with school being out, and my kids are in certain activities and functions and things like that. But my goal is to still do streaming 2 or 3 times a week around 2 o'clock Eastern time. But again, today was a little bit later, but that's the plan. And we're going to continue playing Shining Force till we get all the way through it. So thank you everybody who hung out for a little while today, and hopefully I'll see you back next time. So thanks and bye bye.